Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm excited to do. We are going to be trying some new makeup in here. I'm very excited. I have a lot of new products to try out. Natasha, Denona, Ilia Beauty, Makeup by Mario, Kaja. We got a lot going on in this video, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, welcome. So we're just going to jump right in because we have a lot of new makeup to try. So I've been doing some more chatty get ready with me videos, but this one is going to be really just focused on trying new makeup because I have so many new products to get through. I am also filming this on Tuesday. I leave on Thursday morning for New York, which I'm really excited about. So I'm just trying to make sure I have all of my filming and editing done so I can just enjoy myself when I go to New York with Angelica Nyqvist. So I recently did post a new shop with me at Sephora. I like to do these little vlog style shop with me videos around Las Vegas. So I posted one of those recently. So a lot of these products you would have seen me pick up during that haul. But I went for the new Makeup by Mario products and I left with a few more products. One of them being the Natasha Denona High Gen Skin Glass Primer Serum. I talked about this in my last Will I Buy It video, and there was a couple different priming serums that are out right now that are supposed to be kind of like the skin glass product, and I was at Sephora, I was looking at the like just arrived section, and I was like, okay, I'll buy this. So this one does retail for $46, so it has the dropper style here, and reading off the Sephora website, it says it's a glass skin serum rich in antioxidants that acts like a primer to hydrate the skin. So here's a little bit, like you can tell from just putting some in your hands that it is a pretty glowy product. So I have first impressions on my TikTok, which is by Samantha March, and also Instagram, which is March Beauty Word. Usually TikTok I talk through my first impressions, and Instagram I'm kind of just showing more of like the close-ups, but I could definitely tell that it gives me a lot of glow. I was wearing this all throughout the weekend, and no matter what it was that I paired it with, my skin looked very glowy and radiant. I do have dry skin, so I liked it because it definitely gave me that glow without being like too much. My first thoughts on this product is so far so good. So here's what it's looking like when I first apply it, and I let it sit for just a little bit. Sometimes I do that with my primers, not all the time, but with this one, since it is more glowy and radiant, and it's not necessarily like sticky or tacky, but I still like to let it just kind of sink in for a hot minute before I move on to my foundation, my skin tint. Today I'm going to be using from Ilia Beauty. This is their new C Beyond Triple Serum SPF 40 with vitamin C and niacinamide. This, I really went to Sephora for the Makeup by Mario products, and I was like, you know, we'll see what else jumps out at me, and this one was right next to the Natasha Denona in the new section, and even though it was $64, I was like, you know, I love trying out these types of products. I know I haven't had the best of luck recently. I posted a video reviewing my last 10 foundations, and a lot of them were misses for me. I posted a video on my top 5 skin-like foundations, and a lot of those were products that I've had for a really long time. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. Even though I did try the Ilia Beauty skin tint, like the regular skin tint that they came out with maybe last year or so, and I really did not like that product. But I took a chance. I don't know, I walked into Sephora and then I walked out and I was like, how did I spend $250 today on 5 products? On 5 products. For the Ilia Beauty, like I said, retails for $64. I got the shade Tone 2. This says it's an innovative 3-in-1 serum sunscreen with encapsulated vitamin C, mineral SPF 40, and niacinamide in a waterless base for visibly brighter skin rapidly and over time. And it does say it's good for normal, dry, and combo skin. So you are supposed to shake it pretty well. Again, I have first impressions, TikTok, Instagram, you know, I can just kind of get to those platforms a little bit quicker if I'm just doing short demo videos. And then this is what it looks like. So you just have to squeeze it out here. I'm gonna try to do this on camera without getting it everywhere, but you just squeeze it out, but it is very, very liquidy, like you can see there. And then I just use my hands to apply it, since it's supposed to be, you know, more of like a very sheer coverage type of product. I wouldn't use like, for me, I wouldn't need to use like a brush or a sponge. I thought tone 2 worked out pretty well for me. Again, you're not really getting a lot of coverage. It's just kind of evening things out a little bit here. This is only gonna be my second time that I'm trying it. And I don't know, the first time I wasn't necessarily blown away. I was also trying it for the first time using the Natasha Denona primer. And so sometimes it's like, I don't know, is it the primer serum? Is it the SPF? But then I have used the Natasha Denona a few other times with like the Urban Decay Hydromaniac, the Milani skin tint, and I liked those just fine. So I was like, I don't know, maybe it is the Ilia. So I'm gonna get close so you can see. But like I said, it's very, you know, sheer coverage. It's not supposed to be giving you a lot of coverage, but it just kind of evens out the skin tone. Looking at myself in the mirror, it made my skin look a little bit softer, if you will, if that makes sense. Again, I'm using this in the same combination that I did before. I'm just trying to show you the new makeup that I got, but I definitely want to try the skin tint in a few other ways too, like other primers and that sort of thing, to see if I like it anymore. As of right now, I don't mind the way this looks. I feel like you can still see a little bit of glowiness from the primer. It was just, I'm gonna keep doing the rest of my makeup because I thought things were like fine until I got to the end. I was kind of like, I don't know if this is my favorite, but it was also, when I was doing it, it was a very light makeup day. I was just going to the pool, so it was kind of like that no makeup. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I just felt like I needed a little bit more. But again, this is my second time with the Ilia skin tint. Now, especially for something that's so light coverage, is it really gonna be worth the $64? Am I gonna see enough to be like, oh wow, like I can't get this in another product that's half the price or half the price? Math? Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna keep giving this one a shot and we will see what I think. This is my base with the Natasha and the Ilia Beauty. I don't have a new concealer. I'm just gonna use the LYS because this is a little bit full coverage too. So since the Ilia doesn't really cover some of my acne scars over here, I'm gonna use the LYS to do that because it's good for on the under eyes and then also to spot conceal. If there are any other topics that you'd wanna see, I mean, I've talked about my health, which I don't have any new updates at this moment. I've been trying to drink some more tea. That's been interesting. The first time I drank it, I did like a taste test for my TikTok. I have a whole like taste test series over there. And I was like, I feel like I am one with the ground. Like it was definitely earthy, but I feel like I'm getting used to it. But I don't really have a whole lot more to go off of until I have my next follow-up appointment, which is after my New York trip. So, but yeah, if there's anything else that you'd want to see covered in a try to get ready with me style video, definitely just let me know. I'm gonna use the BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy brush, the A506. I mentioned this in a recent ranking video. I was really impressed with the brushes, but this one is one of my favorites for concealer. And I'm really excited to go to New York. Like I said, I'm filming this on Tuesday. So I'm filming this and then I'm filming my Will I Buy It. And then I am good to go for like filming wise. I just need to get everything edited. And then, yeah, I leave bright and early Thursday morning. Angie and I got the idea to go to New York when we were in Minneapolis with Sigma Beauty and Kelly Gooch was there. And we were just, Angie and I were both saying how in 2020 we had so many plans to travel. Like she had a lot of US travel planned. I had a ton of travel planned in 2020. And obviously after March, all of that got canceled. And so we were saying like, especially now with Angie living here, she moved to Texas from Sweden. We're like, you know, let's get back on some of our plans. And so we were like, Kelly, we're gonna come visit you. We have a hotel booked and everything. And I'm hoping to see a few other content creators there as well. I just love to be able to meet people. This career is definitely, you know, most of the time is spent by yourself. I feel really grateful that I live close to some of my other friends now. I posted members only video that went up for May. It was voted on to see a day in my life vlog. So I did the day of Risa's birthday party. So I'm with Risa Does Makeup, Michelle Wong, and Lori Hill, and we went out to eat. That was so much fun, so it's nice to have them close by. But I also really love traveling and then being able to see friends or sometimes meet people for the first time through doing these travels. I really think is just like such a cool thing. I'm just gonna set my under eyes really quickly. I thought I had, oh duh, it's right in front of me. with the Dior Powder No Powder, the 2N shade. I'm just gonna set my concealer, but I am gonna use the new Makeup by Mario products, so I'm just setting the under eyes for right now. I do offer memberships on my channel, and that includes an exclusive video every single month, and I let you vote on the theme that you wanna see, like around the home, lifestyle, beauty, books, business, fitness, fashion. Those are some of the categories. And then from there, I list out specific videos. So for May, it was the day in my life. And it's so interesting to me because the day that I ended up doing for my members was the day that I really had kind of like a wake-up call with my health and just like my brain fog being so bad and doing things like forgetting to like shut off the oven, forgetting that I had something in the oven, just different things like that. And you see me so many times get overwhelmed. It was actually a little bit hard to edit that video because you can see me at one point start to have the onset of a panic attack, and I cut most of it because I didn't want to, A, it was hard to watch, and B, I didn't want to like trigger anybody else who goes through anxiety attacks. But you see me just start to hyperventilate and I can't breathe properly, and I'm so overwhelmed. And that day was really, a big wake-up call to me. That morning, I did have my labs drawn. Like, I had already met with a naturopathic doctor. I got my labs drawn that morning. And it's funny because you hear me say in this video on that day, I think I'm really stressed. I think I'm doing too much. And then, you know, a week later, I do get my lab results back. My cortisol levels are super high, which is your stress hormone. And it was like I knew. It was like I knew that's what was going on. But to have it confirmed and kind of have a direction to be pointed in is definitely a good feeling. But yeah, I'll give some updates once I'm able to talk to my doctor once I'm home from my trip. Sam Squad members get to see that. So I do always have a link for my memberships in the description box, or if you're watching the video, if you see a join button anywhere, that will also give you the membership options. And then on the levels 2 and 3, I also do a live chat every single month via Zoom, so we can all chat with one another. And every other month is a book club. For the month of May, we discussed My Friend Anna, and I think I'm actually going to download the Inventing Anna is the Netflix documentary I believe it's on, and I want to start to watch it because I have a 5-hour plane ride to New York, and I think that's what I want to watch because the book was like, that's how I felt about the book. I was like, what? Over to the Makeup by Mario products. These are so funny to me because I was filming my Will I Buy It, the series I post every Wednesday talking about new makeup releases. And I had already gone through, I'd screenshotted everything for the day. I knew what I was talking about. I sit down to film and this immediately had popped up on Trend Mood. And I was like, ooh, you know, something new, let's talk about it. And I felt so silly that I'm like reading these and I'm looking at these products and I'm like, I don't actually know what these are supposed to be. Like, I felt so silly. I was like, is it a bronzer? Is it a foundation balm? Is it a powder? Is it a highlighter? I was like, I don't really know. And then luckily I wasn't the only one though. A lot of other people were very confused. But I ended up picking them up because there's been so many like questions and like, how do you use these products? And this is what like the videos that I've watched, this is what I'm hearing. For the skin enhancer, this is where you're supposed to put, this was funny to me when I heard this described. This is where you're supposed to put where you want, like where the sun would hit you and you want the extra warmth, like a bronzer. Like, that's what you say about a bronzer. So I loved it in, maybe it was my Shop With Me vlog. Someone commented and was like, Makeup by Mario really coming up with other names for bronzer. And that gave me a chuckle. This is a cream product, so more of like a balm. I got the shade medium in both of them. And then for the Skin Perfector, this has 3 different, so it's supposed to be like the translucent powder, a highlighter, and then this one was more of like the bronzer type. But from the videos that I watched, it said swirl them all together, like just take your brush and then apply it. Once again, first impressions are already up on my other platforms. If you ever want something really quick, that's where you get them. If you want something more detailed, that's what I can talk about on these long form videos on YouTube. But we will start with the Skin Enhancer. So this one was $30. Again, I got the shade medium. It says a 3-in-1 tinted complexion balm that warms and nourishes with sheer coverage to even out the appearance of skin tone. All right. So again, To me, when I read that, I would think I'm going to put this all over my face as a complexion balm. But from what I've seen from Mario and the other videos, you're really kind of putting this where the bronzer goes. And I saw that it was best applied with a brush. So I have this brush from Rare Beauty. It doesn't say what brush it is, but I always link everything in my description box. As always, I like to say if you use any of my links, I thank you so much for supporting my channel. And of course, if you're not subscribed, I hope that you will. I post about 4 to 5 times a week. So I am going to pick a little bit up here, and then I'm gonna start to tap on the cheekbones first. So I'll say when I did the first impression, this I thought was really pretty. I thought it was very natural looking. I like me a good, you know, cream bronzer, cream skin enhancer, whatever, you know, complexion balm. As long as it's natural, and I'm someone that's more into like buildable, blendable type of products, I'm all for that. I don't really like something that's like too pigmented, too fast, not easy to blend. And this one I thought was really, really easy to use, which I'm all for that. The easier the products, the better for me, okay? Like I can't be like confusing makeup. I'm just like, I don't know what to do about this. So I'm just applying it where I would typically apply my bronzer, around the forehead here, cheekbones, and like on the jawline as well. I saw this in the videos, and blend it down onto the neck. So here is what the complexion enhancer is doing for me. Like this isn't something that I would think to put all over my skin, right? Like I wouldn't think that for a product like this, but using it as like a cream bronzer, I like the way that this looks. I need to decide if I want to apply the Makeup by Mario first. I feel like I've seen everyone else just do these products back to back and then the rest of their makeup. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna move over to the Skin Perfector. Again, I got the shade medium. This one retails for $34, so a little bit, you know, a few dollars more than the other one. It says a 3-in-1 powder to perfect, illuminate, and set makeup for a radiant glow with an airbrush effect on skin. Multi-purpose perfector is a bronzer, highlighter, and finishing powder. Okay, first impression, what I thought was, even though the videos that I personally have seen have said swish all three together, I felt like with the highlight is pretty, you know, I feel like there's mostly the bronzer, but the highlight there's still a lot, and I felt like all it did was highlight my pores. Again, you can kind of see those in the close-ups of my first impressions, but I was like, okay. And I saw one of the videos that was sent to me was someone saying, if you love the Dior powder no powder, you're gonna love this even more. I obviously love the Dior powder no powder, so I was like really ready to be blown away. I saw that video the night before I did the shop with me vlog, and I was like, I gotta go try this out. Like I need it right away. I don't even want to order it online. The Dior powder no powder, you can instantly see like it blurs, it smooths. It looks like you're putting like a filter on your face. And with the Makeup by Mario, I'm gonna do half my face so you can see. But when I did it the first time, I'm like, I don't feel like I notice any sort of difference here. But we're gonna try it again. Like, I don't know how to not pick up the highlight because it's not like they're separated and the highlight's in the middle, but I'm gonna try to like not get as much highlight, like kind of go around, see if that does anything at all. So I really want you to be able to see how this goes because I know a lot of people are just so curious about this product. So I'm just gonna go ahead and buff that onto this side of my face. I'm trying to go more like around and then just like whoop, tap in the center there, but mostly around, because that highlight, I just felt like I was kind of turning into like the Tin Man type of thing. So I'm gonna do the same on my forehead and onto my neck. This, I feel like I can actually see, right? I feel like I can see more of a difference doing it this way versus in my first impressions. I even point out like my pores are so enlarged because they're highlighted. It looks like they're highlighted. Even my forehead looked a little kind of like, again, stripy or Tin Man. So this I think looks a lot better. Do I think it's Dior powder no powder? Not really. This definitely looks a lot better though than my first impression. My first impression, I was like, I do not know about this. But it kind of took some of the shine away without making it too matte. And it does look like it did a good job kind of like more blurring and smoothing out. I just would say it's not as much as the Dior. So I'm gonna kind of do that same, like kind of try to avoid a lot of the highlight there and then do that on the other side of my face as well. Yeah, because my first impression, I did it on Sunday, and I actually went to a day club here to see Lil Wayne in concert. Bucket list. That was so, I had so much fun. I was so close to the stage. I was like, I'm getting as close as I can. And I had such a great time, but I filmed these first impressions before leaving. And you know, I left the first impressions the way that they were, so obviously you can see them in the video. But before I left, I was going all in with the Charlotte Tilbury powder, because it was like I already had put this powder down. I didn't want to use something heavier like the Dior, so I was going ham with my Charlotte Tilbury, because I was like, I feel like I look like a tin man. This is the Makeup by Mario Perfector. Again, am I necessarily like shook to my core? Like, no, this is a lot better than my first impression, that's for sure. But even a little bit, I don't know, can you see? Like, I still feel like my pores on this side kind of look a little bit larger. Like maybe I hit the highlight a little bit too much on that side. I wish the highlight would be a smaller product in here, and maybe the finishing powder a little bit bigger. Like if those two were switched, maybe I would like it a little bit more. It's just kind of hard to not get that highlight in there, and it's, I don't know. Those are my thoughts on it. I'm definitely gonna keep trying them out. If you have found a better way, or you saw like a creator that you think is doing it better, I'm, you know, like I say, like I'm not the best, like makeup doesn't come the most naturally to me. So I was like watching other videos and Mario's video and trying to understand like what these products were and how to use them. I just don't know if I have the best handle on them, but I like the bronzer, the enhancer. I like the enhancer, and that one is, you know, a little bit cheaper, but okay. I'm gonna do my brows off camera and then we'll keep brows are done. I feel like I went a little ham on them, but that's fine. So Colourpop did just send me their new matte bronzers. So I grabbed out the shades Miramar Beach, which is, I don't know, I think that's gonna be too light. So let's try maybe Summerland Beach. Oh, these are hard to open. I still feel like this one's gonna be kind of light on me. The other ones were just pretty dark. So we're gonna try this one. See how we like. I love testing out bronzers, obviously. I use the BK Beauty 103. I worry that this one is gonna be a little bit orangey on me, but go ahead and give it a try. So I'm just gonna come on top of where I put the Makeup by Mario. People ask me if you use like a cream or a liquid product, why do you then also come in with a powder? So I kind of look at it as like foundation or concealer. Like you use the liquid or the cream first and then you kind of set it with the powder. It can help make it last a little bit longer, but you definitely don't have to. Not every time that I use a cream or a liquid product do I then set it with powder. Or like if you know you're gonna be gone all day or something like that, like maybe you want a little bit more. But I'm just gonna go ahead just adding those to the same places that I added the Makeup by Mario. Okay, I don't mind this color. I don't feel like it's too, no, I don't feel like that's too bad. It's blending easily, okay. All right, so there is the matte bronzer from Colourpop. I didn't really have any issues with that. So these came out with their Resting Beach Face collection. I used the Feeling Fresh palette in my last Get Ready With Me. But the bronzer is nice, so I'll definitely keep giving this a few more shots. In my shop with me at Sephora, I was not expecting to get this product because it's been out of stock for 1,000 years, since before I was born. But I walked in and there it was right in front of me and I was like, what? It was the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Blush. The Color Awakening Universal Blush for a natural healthy glow. I got the shade pink because the coral shade was sold out. There was 2 of these and the worker was like, and these are our last 2. And then they're gonna be sold out again. I was like, oh my gosh. So I ended up buying it. I had a lot of people ask me, I think there's like a Colourpop blush that people have been asking me if this is similar to maybe a Odin's Eye. And I'm like, I don't have it, I'm sorry. But now I have it. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a shot. The color I feel like I'm slightly nervous about because it feels like so hot pink, but you know, we'll give it a shot. I like a lot of Dior products. So I did start the video series on TikTok. I mentioned this in my Shop With Me vlog at Sephora. I said I was gonna try to film some content there as well for a series that I wanted to start about if you're new to high-end makeup and you're wondering what's worth the price. I wanted to do those first products from a high-end or luxury brand that I was like, yes, those are actually worth it. Like, I'm new to high-end, I'm new to this brand, but wow, that's a good product. So my first 2 videos did go up on TikTok, again, by Samantha March. I did Dior, Charlotte Tilbury, Urban Decay, and then the second video I did Rare Beauty, Benefit, and I'm blanking on the third one that I did. Those are up though, but I plan to have quite a few different parts. Oh yeah, so I did start that series. A lot of you did comment to say you really wanted to see that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pick it up again with the BK Beauty Andrea Hot and Flashy A507. And I am just going to kind of put this, I've been doing blush pretty high on the cheekbones. So I'm just going to add this. Okay, first thoughts, I like that it's a little bit more, I feel like I say the same words all the time, but more buildable. Like, I was kind of worried that I was just gonna pop on and it was gonna be like, BAM! And then there's like really nothing you can do about it, but I feel like that built up nicely. So I'm just gonna do the same on the other side. I think this will be a really pretty color for spring, summer, and especially like minimal makeup days. And then just that like bright pop of pink. I do a little bit on my nose also. Then just like that bright pop of pink, I think could be really fun. Okay, that's pretty. This is a, what was it, $39 blush? Yeah, $39. So, you know, pretty expensive. Is it gonna be worth the $39 price tag, or are there other ones that I'm going to like even more? We will see. This was my first time giving this one a shot, but I like it. I like that color. I like that it wasn't too overwhelming because it does kind of look a little like in the pan. So I'm gonna move over to eyes. So Kaja Beauty just released 2 new stacks. They have Peach Madeline. I have a look on my Instagram with it. And then they also came out with Mauve Bouquet. So they sent these to me in PR. So I am going to be using this one as well. My top shade, I did drop this right when I got it. So the top shade broke, but it's that very kind of like, ooh, how am I trying to say this? Like, it was very easy to press back in. Kind of reminds me, maybe not necessarily like Colourpop Super Shock, but I don't know, my words are escaping me today, but just kind of that like thicker consistency. It was easy to press back in. And then the second shade is more of like the glitter topper. And then there is also a matte shade in here. I just grabbed out from Sigma. This is their tapered blending, medium tapered blending, E49. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that matte shade. I really like these stacks from Kaja with the 3 shades. Neutral Moment is one of my favorites, but I really liked the look that I did with Peach Madeline as well. Thought it was such a fun, again, kind of springy summer shade. But these are just so easy to throw into a travel bag. If you want to see what I take to New York with me, let me know. We're gonna be gone for 3 nights. I want to see what I pack. I think Angie and I are gonna try to do some videos together. Potentially a live, I'm not sure, it kind of will depend on our schedule. But I know that we want to do some videos together. And we did a bunch of fun ones for TikTok and Instagram Reels when she was visiting me in Vegas and when we were in Minneapolis. So I definitely want to do some more of those too. Oh my gosh, those were so fun. So I'm so excited. I've never been to New York not for business. I went quite a few times when I worked in publishing, and as a book blogger, I've been there quite a few times for that. Been there quite a few times for like book signings. Actually, the first time I ever went to New York, I was a senior in high school. I performed in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I made all-star cheerleader. One of our opportunities was getting invited to perform in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Like, you had to like pay for it all and everything. I had to do a ton of fundraising because it was like, what? But I really wanted to go. So that was really neat. But then yeah, every other time has been work related or like Gen Beauty, Ipsy. And you know, it's like, I am gonna vlog this trip, I definitely am. And I know Angie and I are gonna do like the Bite Beauty Lab, and we do wanna meet the other content creators, but there's nothing that like I have to do business wise. I don't have meetings, I don't have, you know, anything like that planned. So it really is gonna be my first time seeing New York as just a tourist, just for fun. I don't really have like a set schedule to follow. You know, so I'm really excited for that. And I really wanna have like some Sex in the City moments, and I don't know, I think that it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I cannot wait for that. I know Angie and I also wanna do some shopping. We wanna eat at some good restaurants. Right, I'm gonna take that top shade and I'm just going to like very carefully kind of press my pinky into it and then push this all across the eyes again. Just trying to be careful since I dropped it like a dummy. But I'm just going to tap this onto my eyes. And I'm just kind of being sloppy with this one. I'm just kind of putting it everywhere. Like I put that matte mauve shade a little bit of everywhere too, and then that can kind of peek through this shimmer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it one more time. And I'm even taking it up to the lid. I love a good shimmery moment. All right, so I think that is really pretty and just like super simple to do, but I do want to put that middle shade on top too, since that one is kind of more of like topper tones. Does that make any sense? I want to put this on top of that more like thicker shimmer and see what we get. So again, I'm just gonna kind of use my finger and tap that one on. So this one has a little bit more of the mauve tones to it as well. You kind of see that peeking through. But I just want to make this a really, especially when I don't know, I want to say when I'm doing really easy eye looks, I love a lot of shimmer, but also sometimes just like slapping two mattes on my eyes and being like, I don't know, that's good for me, you know? All over, brings in some of that mauve again. This one is more of like your fine glitter, so you can see the difference here. You have some different options of how you would want to play with it. I want to get just a little bit in the inner corner. Sometimes it's hard for me I have longer nails, and when they grow out, it's a little bit harder. I couldn't get into my nail girl before I left, so I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna be having some funky nails in New York, but you know what? It's fine. I also, warning, I'm just gonna show a bruise on my finger, but I have to do a food sensitivity test. My naturopathic doctor ordered that as well, so we can see if there's anything, you know, food-wise that I'm sensitive to, that sort of thing. So I did it this morning and it left, can you see that bruise on my ring finger? Oh, it hurts so bad, like it, can you see that? It just is so painful. And this morning I was getting ready to do it and I literally stopped and just was like, you can do it, girl, you can do it. And then I do it and I'm like, it's just, it doesn't seem like something like that should hurt so badly. I really feel like tea has been helping me. Like, I'm kind of surprised. I've been doing peppermint and lemon tea in the morning, and I just started trying some chamomile at night, and I feel like it's, I like, it took me a couple tries to get used to the taste, but once I did, I think really keeping an open mind too. I realized so much is mindset, because I've tried some of these things before, right? Just a couple months ago, I tried green tea and I was like, no. Even something, one of my favorite snacks right now that I'm probably gonna make today is this rice cake. A rice cake with peanut butter, and then I melt sugar-free dark chocolate on top and a little bit of sea salt. It's one of my favorite snacks. I've tried rice cakes before and been like, I'll never eat that again. I really think it's something in a mindset shift where it's like, I know I'm doing something to try to help me and my health, and it just gives, it puts me in a much better, more open mindset. And then when I try these, I'm like, okay, you know, some of it, it's not like I love it on the first try, but I keep going and I'm like, okay, you know what, I can do this. So I think that's kind of a cool thing. And I'm just going to wipe away. I really didn't get too much fallout with those shimmers. Sometimes if I need to, I'll come back in with like my setting powder and I'll add more powder down, and that kind of helps mattify it again if I feel like I really need it. But I think that looks pretty. I don't know, I feel like I want to like blend it, but I feel like it looks good. So super fast, super easy. Like I said, I like the Kaja stacks so much. I believe these are $26, also available at Sephora. I just added my Charlotte Tilbury Duo Liner. I've been using the like the purple side quite a bit recently, so I just added that to my waterline. And then I'm just gonna run a little bit of that matte mauve on the lower lash line, just with that same blending brush that I use. And then for mascara, I'm just gonna use the Milk Rise. I'm literally just gonna be filming and then editing and then packing all day today, so don't really have a lot of places to be. Sometimes this starts to transfer after a few hours, but I'm just gonna go ahead and throw the Milk Rise on. I'm not really sure what happened. Things took a turn as I went to put my mascara on, and then I was like, I think I'm just gonna put lashes on, and here we are. I never really am in the mood to put lashes on, especially when I'm not thinking I'm gonna do lashes. So I was like, you know what, Samantha, just go with it, girl. So I popped on from the Bright Lashes, the lashes in Flutter. So this is Angela Bright's lash line, and these are half lashes, which I think are really beautiful. So I added those, and then I put just a little bit of black liner on the inner part of my eye since they are half lashes to kind of help it not look so gappy. I did in a past Get Ready With Me kind of show all of that on camera. It just takes a little bit of time, but now the eyes are done. Okay. Except for my highlight, I've been really enjoying these from Sigma Beauty. They just came out with bronzers, blushes, and also individual highlighters. I really like the highlight in Savannah, but the other day I grabbed Golden Hour too, and I think this one is super, super pretty. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of Golden Hour to the tops of my cheekbones, little C motion here. Isn't that so pretty? Just a little bit on my nose, and I want to do just a little pop my inner corner. I'm just going to use a small brush for this, but I'm just going to add a little bit to the inner corner and maybe a little bit on the brow bone too, because I think that like the mauve and like the bronzy tone I think is really pretty. Right, so for my lips, Colourpop in that Resting Beach collection, they came out with these So Glassy lips. A lot of them are these like brown nudes. All of them are more of like a brown nude. So I'm gonna grab one of these, but first I am gonna line my lips. I'm just gonna use from Natasha Denona. This is Dana, and it's a pretty dark brown lip liner, so I thought it could go well with some of these lighter glassy lips from Colourpop. All right, like I said, the Natasha lip liner is pretty dark. I kind of want to go with the middle shade. That was the first one I pulled. That is in Solana. So we have La Jolla, Solana, and then the last one is in Newport. Getting some 90 vibes, and I'm not mad. Okay, I like that. I've tried the So Glassy lips from Colourpop, and I've liked those. I feel like I'm definitely coming more around on the Colourpop lip products. I used to not like them so much, but they release a lot. They've come out with some new formulas. I like that. I think it's complementary with this look as well, just doing something very nude. But after that, that is it for today's video and trying out some new makeup. Here is the final look. So of course I always come back to review all of the products that I've been trying out, but I like the Natasha Primer Serum. I'll give it some more goes, but so far I like that one. I think I especially will like it for maybe like a no makeup day with just some concealer and powder. The Ilia Beauty, I definitely liked it more today than I did in my first impression. It's easy to apply. Like, I think that it's easy to use. And I like how my skin looks right now. I definitely like it more than my first impression, so that's good. Makeup by Mario products, like I said, the enhancer I think is a really beautiful like kind of bronzer balm. The Perfector, I just have to be a little bit careful of how I use it, but I like both of them right now. Dior blush I think is quite beautiful. I'm just be wondering if it's worth the price tag. The Kaja stacks I think are really nice as well. The Colourpop bronzer I had an easy time using, and I like their So Glassy lips, so I feel like this was a pretty successful trying new makeup. I even popped on some lashes as well, but you will probably be seeing this when I am in New York, so stay tuned. There will be a vlog coming up. If you don't follow me on, again, TikTok or Instagram, I post a lot in my stories. I'm sure I'll be posting a lot from the trip, and then Angie and I like to do our fun little TikToks when we're together as well, which is always quite funny. So other than that, I will have everything linked down below. Like I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this makeup look, and as always, if you enjoyed it, please make sure to give this one a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.